NewJeans are back. It's summer of NewJeans. It's so exciting. We finally get to see Heron, Minji, Hani. And that's all. Yep. Okay. So usually with a NewJeans comeback, right, people would have been amazeballs, crazy, finally. However, it has had some mixed reviews. First of all, there's the overall positive atmosphere, positive reaction, right? So everyone's like, NewJeans are back. NewJeans never what? NewJeans never die. Everyone is happy. They get to see their girls, all the bunnies frolicking in the garden, getting carrots, eating carrots. I don't know what bunnies do, but there's something relaying on top of everyone's heads. Replaying? I don't know. So, Danielle, she's not there. She's not part of NewJeans anymore. Like, yes, spiritually, she is a part of NewJeans. However, contractually, she's no longer a part of NewJeans. So, there's two sides to this garden, right? I don't know why I'm calling it a garden. Some people are like, listen, rules are rules, contracts are contracts. Danielle's no longer part of NewJeans. We just have to accept it. If she's not a part of it anymore, it is what it is. And then there's a type who's like, OT5, this feels empty without Danielle. This is not the same. So, big sadness, very upsetting. It does feel very different. It does feel like there is a massive gaping hole that is not supposed to be there. Like, it feels like a piece is missing, because when people think of NewJeans, they think of all five of them. The OT5, like before it was like the Seraphim, Islet, and NewJeans, the 5-member girl groups of Hybe, but now it's La Seraphim, Islet, and Cat's Eye. So it's a whole different landscape now. And that's what leads to people saying boycott NewJeans. Now, it's not because they hate NewJeans. Actually, people that are boycotting NewJeans actually absolutely love, adore NewJeans. They would die for NewJeans. And I'm not really exaggerating, and that gets me concerned. But that's a whole different topic, because they think that if people don't stream their next comeback, people don't listen to their music, watch their music videos, like, comment, subscribe, shower with them, with the content, not them, gosh, they think that Hybe will be like, it's not getting any more success. I guess we were in the wrong. I guess this isn't the NewJeans people want. We're going to stop making content for them. We're going to disband them, terminate their contracts. And then they'll be free. They'll be gone. Blah, 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 blah. But here's the truth, right? First of all, boycotting, it may not work, because just because you don't show interest into a group doesn't mean Hybe won't do anything with them. And if, let's say, Hybe was like, okay, no one's interested in it anymore, we're just gonna stop. But the thing is, NewJeans, they're still under contract. That's a big word in this whole NewJeans situation, right? NewJeans are still under contract, which means there's a certain time on that contract. So instead of them just being like, okay, cutting you guys off, no more NewJeans, go, leave the company, you are banished, bye bye. Instead, they are going to captivity dungeon NewJeans. They're not going to set them free. No. Free NewJeans will no longer be a thing. It never really picked up, because they aren't free, besides Danielle, but not really free in the way she is still being sued for $30 million. But what Hybe are going to do? They're just going to keep them in the dungeon. They're not going to give them comebacks. They're not going to give them work. So they're just going to sit at Hybe and pretty much do nothing. They're not really going to do anything if they're not getting attention. Because the thing is, we're in a business, right? If one thing isn't working, if one thing isn't generating revenue, isn't making money, isn't getting enough attention, then the company will just stop doing that thing. They will just be like, yeah, we're not going to do this anymore. But the thing is, NewJeans, they're not a product that you can just take away, put on clearance, blah, blah, blah. They're people. So with those people, they're going to be like, hey, so NewJeans, it turns out people don't really listen to your stuff anymore. So you're going to be put on the shelf for the rest of your contract. Not going to get any comebacks, no promotion, no sponsorships, no advertisements, and that would kind of suck. So it would feel like NewJeans won't have any work again. It won't really feel like a NewJeans comeback anymore. It will just be like they were on hiatus. Oh, now they're back. Oh, no one's paying attention. Okay, we'll just keep him in the building. That's what it will feel like. I feel like that's what will happen. And like, yeah, you can like do your riot, your protest, send funeral wreaths or whatever. Hype don't care. They make enough money from other groups that they wouldn't see it as an issue, because business is business. But if we're being honest, are we really gonna boycott? Because I just know there will still be a good amount of fans, a good amount of people that will pay attention and listen to NewJeans enough for them to be like, hey, NewJeans, they're still alive. They're still a great group. They're still popping off. They're still doing their thing. Everything's amazing. Yada, yada, yada. NewJeans are still going to get the attention that is required for them to make a profit. That is required for them to continue being a group. And not only that, as soon as NewJeans has their comeback, releases their song, album, comeback, blah, 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 whatever they're going to do, so many companies are going to be like, sponsor, commercial, come to our event, throw a first pitch at the baseball game, kick a football, blah, 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 blah. They are going to get so much attention. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I say here's the thing a lot. I need to stop that. But here is the thing. NewJeans, right? Their reputation is bad. The reputation is bad. Like, it is a mixed bag. And I don't mean like, oh, mixed nuts. I mean like there is, for some reason, nuts and ketchup in the bag. So, I don't like ketchup, so that's why I say it. But, like, it's not in the best shape. It's not going so well. But they will still just be as popular as they ever were. If I'm being completely honest, I think the popularity is kind of through the roof right now. They just posted, hey, summer of NewJeans, we're back, and everyone's like, it's like, it's my most like one of my most like TikToks as of recently, when I immediately, like, I was just going to the bathroom after I woke up in the middle of the night, and then I saw that. I was like, oh, I think I need to post something about it, because people ask me about it, and they have. I already have hundreds of comments, hundreds of DMs being like, oh, what is this? What happened? How did you predict this? I don't even know what's going on in my own life, alright? Hold on. Max Muncy just hit a home run. I'm really sorry. I have Dodgers versus Phillies game in the background. I like having baseball games in the background of my videos. Fun fact. But yeah, Max Muncy, that was a good home run. But, like, where was I? Oh my gosh, I got completely distracted. No, but yeah, NewJeans' popularity. Alright, yeah. I don't really know what's going on. People think I work for Hype. I'm some sort of spy, and then like I shadow promote Hype. I don't. I don't. Like, if I like, even if I'm like a sleeper agent for Hype, I wouldn't know technically. I'm a sleeper agent, but no, I'm not even that. I'm pretty sure I'm not. I just talk about K-pop every now and then. Well, in my perspective, it's every now and then. A lot of people, they think I talk about K-pop every single day because of how much I put content out, but in reality, it's like K-pop and this whole thing, it's a part of my life. It's not my entire life. It's a part of my life. But yeah, there's a whole NewJeans situation. So I've said about, okay, there's court cases. Okay, there's still court cases going on, especially with the former CEO Min Hee-jin, and Danielle is still technically being sued for $30 million. That's still a whole situation. NewJeans are still not NewJeans as people want them to be. Okay, like there's like, yeah, it's nice to have them back. It's nice that they are there, but there's still that lingering little. I don't know. It feels a bit weird listening to them. So it's hard to say. But all we can say is that, listen, NewJeans are going to release new music. Are we going to listen to it? Are we not? Here's the thing. Yes, they're most likely being forced to do stuff, but like when they put out content of them on the NewJeans channel, where it's like, oh, they're just talking, having fun. talking to each other, yada yada yada. Let's see how they act, and let's see it's all okay. If not, then I don't know. And by the way, anyone asking what's with this? It's a part of me. It's my skin, right? Anyways, but yeah, NewJeans never die. But will that immortality be a blessing or a curse? Who knows? Only time will tell.